Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in a Fortnite video, and in today's video I'm going to give you guys one of my #1 tips when it comes to winning that I think that everybody should know. And just by doing a few of the tips I'm going to share with you guys in this video, it can really help you guys out a ton when it comes to winning more gunfights and ultimately winning more games. And before we get into the video, I have a weekly V-Buck giveaway. I'm going to be giving away V-Bucks every single Friday, and if you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you guys need to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and as well subscribe to my second channel. I post a ton of really good content on there, so make sure you guys do subscribe. Turn on my post notifications, and as well leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And if you guys would like to support me as a creator in the item shop, all you have to do is go over to the item shop, go into the bottom right hand corner, support a creator, and type in my code. My code is Young Humor. Type it in and you guys will have me supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get to the video. Alright, so in this video, I want to be talking about some of the best tips I can give you guys when it comes to winning more gunfights and ultimately winning more games very easily. And in my previous video, I talked about really not to get sucked into gunfights, and if you ever have to, or you ever get into the gunfight, the best thing to do is either use something like impulse grenades or the shockwave grenades, whatever they're called. Maybe have an extra launch pad saved just in case you ever need it to get away if you ever get caught in a situation where you're low on HP. And different things like that. There's a few other things that I talked about in that video, but that pretty much was the main point. It's just using different items like that: launch pads, shockwave grenades, smoke grenades, really anything you can to try to get away, because you are from time to time gonna get caught in gunfights where you really don't want to be in. And honestly, the best way to go about it is just try to run away, maybe get some heals off, and then re-challenge in the gunfight later. But another thing that I think is really important too, because I think the best way to go about it, that's more like a reactive kind of thing, where you're in the gunfight and maybe you get shot at, maybe you're low on HP, then you want to try to play off of that. But I think the best way to go about it, and one of the best things you can do in this game, is to be more proactive. And what I mean by that is you want to try to prevent something before it happens. So you don't want to get into a situation where you lose all of your HP when at the beginning maybe you should have done a different move. Maybe you should have went for the shot. Maybe you should have challenged the gunfight. Different things like that you could have done that would have prevented you from taking all that damage in the first place. So that's one of the things that's really important that you always want to try to do, is you always want to try to prevent something from happening before it happens. You really don't want to worry about how to get your HP up right when you lose your HP. You kind of want to have an idea and what to do, some sort of strategy every single time you lose HP, so you know exactly what you're doing and exactly what to do when you're in those kind of situations. But also something that I think is very, very helpful that a lot of people don't do is maybe you see a team in front of you, maybe they're fighting another team, whatever the case may be. You see another team in front of you, and when it comes to fighting other teams, there's a few ways you want to go about it and a few ways you want to approach it. And a lot of times people just challenge from where they are. So the teams in front of them, they challenge, directly in front. It kind of makes the most sense. But honestly, one of the things that you can do that's going to be very helpful and just allow you to be a lot more consistent and just win more games, win those gunfights, is a lot of times challenging from that position isn't always the best idea. And something else you want to try to do is just try to challenge the other players from different positions, because trust me, the position that you challenge them from probably isn't always going to be the best way to go about it. Because as you guys know, if someone's already on high ground, you're on low ground, you kind of want to try to get up the hill before they see you, because if they see you when they're at the top of the hill and you're at the bottom, you're just going to get spread out the entire time. It's just going to be a pain to try to win that gunfight without losing a ton of materials, ton of HP, getting sprayed at the entire time. So you want to try to get up the hill, get as close as you can to the other player before they notice you, and just unload all of their clips at once. But a lot of the times you're going to be going up against teams who are maybe in a building, maybe they are in a hill and have high ground. One of the best ways to go about it is really to find the best angle possible to challenge from. You don't always want to go from the direct approach right in front of them. A lot of times the best option, the best way to go about challenging in that gunfight is to approach it from different angles, see all of your kind of options before you make a decision and challenge in the gunfight. Because once the other team that you're about to fight knows exactly where you are, it's kind of hard to go about it. You kind of have to challenge them as is. There's not really too much you can do unless you use a launch pad, maybe try to get on high ground from there. But really one of the best things you can do is just try to approach the gunfight from the best way possible and not always just challenging from the position that you have. So the person who's directly in front of you, it might take a little bit more time and could be a little bit time consuming, like I said, to run maybe around the building, maybe run around the hill and then challenge from that side. But honestly, it's going to serve you the best because you're not going to lose as much materials getting shot at. It's just going to be a lot better. Maybe you're going to get some extra tags on them along the way because they're not going to see you. So different things like that you can do that can give you such an advantage in this game that a lot of people misuse because they don't really think about the different strategies they can use when it comes to going into each gunfight. So knowing all the different outcomes and all the different possibilities can be a huge advantage to you when it comes to winning those gunfights and really just winning more games in general. And also another thing that I want to talk about that is super important, and I feel like the majority of you guys either play duos or squads. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you guys who play solos as well, but I feel like the most popular game mode that people play is probably squads because a lot of people play with their friends and a lot of people are on most of the time, especially because now it's the summer. So a lot of people are on, a lot of people are going to be playing squads, not as much solo games. So approaching the gunfight and also fighting off the other players is going to be a lot different than if you're playing in solos. Solos, to me, honestly, when it comes to, I think it's a little bit harder because you only have to rely on yourself. There's nothing you can do with teammates to kind of like draw the attention of other players, stuff like that. So it is a lot more difficult, in my opinion, to play a good solo game than it is to play a good duo or squad game. And there's also reboot vans too, so if you end up dying or end up going down, you have teammates that can just revive you in a heartbeat as long as they end up living and grab your tag, which is pretty easy because once they grab their tag, they have an unlimited amount of time to go to get to a reboot van. So one thing that I do a lot that just allows me to just be so good in games like duos and squads is I always try to focus on the people that my teammates are fighting. And it's almost like baiting your teammates in a way, but not in a way that you're just like you're trying to let them die. But one thing that I noticed that a lot of people end up doing is they get really tunnel visioned in gunfights. So in duos and squads, trust me, it's super easy. Even if you're in a gunfight where maybe you're build battling another player that's fighting you, or whatever the case may be, you're in a fight with a different player, it doesn't really matter. And because even in that fight, you're not really thinking about or really trying to focus on the other player that your teammate's fighting. But trust me, the other player that your teammate is fighting is going to be completely clueless when it comes to just worrying about you, because they're going to be super focused on the guy that they're fighting, your teammate, that they're not even going to worry about the different angles that you could come from. And so that's just another way that I've been able to get so many kills. I had a gameplay earlier where I was down to like 30 HP. I was just getting destroyed by these two guys, and then my teammate came up and basically both of them focused on my teammate, and even though I had 30 HP, I was able to kill them both so easily just because they were straight focused on my teammate. So I was able to pull out my SMG and just destroy them, get like 3 headshots back to back, ripped off all of their HP. And if my teammate wasn't there, I would have for sure lost the gunfight. I was like 30 HP, the other guy still had like 200. Both of them had like max materials, 10 slurp juices, 15 minis. So I probably was going to end up losing that gunfight. But one thing that I did is I just worried about the guy that was focusing on my teammate, and I was able to get so many tags so easily because they're not going to be building, or a lot of people don't build around because a lot of people aren't going to be like top level players, super sweaty players. Even though they might seem sweaty when they're fighting you, they really get tunnel visioned on the players that they're fighting. And for those of you guys who don't understand what I mean by that, it just means they get really focused, where they kind of block everything out. They kind of just forget about that they're even like fighting a full squad, that they really just get really focused on the one player that they're fighting, and they end up getting shot from other players just because they were completely focused on the guy they were fighting. And I use that to my advantage because a lot of people get super tunnel visioned in gunfights. They really just focus on the one player that they're shooting at. So I take that to full advantage. A lot of times I can get a lot of easy shots just because they're just in like the middle of the open shooting my teammate. Maybe they're shooting at my teammate's wall, and I just have wide open shots on them. I can get, even if I can't knock them, I can at least hit them for like a good 100 damage. 3 shots with my assault rifle, 4 shots with my assault rifle, and just maybe even get a sniper shot on them because I do like to carry the heavy sniper. So I'm able to get a lot of tags on them pretty easily just by doing that. And I think that's something that's misused a ton in game modes like duos and squads. The easiest kills aren't even on the players that you're fighting. It's the people that you're not fighting. It's the players or the people that are fighting your teammates. Those are going to be the easiest kills. That's how I'm able to get so many 20 kill gameplays, 18 kill gameplays, just high kill games over and over again, because I just really focus on the people that are shooting at my teammates, and I'm able to get a lot of shots on them just because I focus on those players. It just gets really easy to me, and it gets really repetitive because I see the same thing happen over and over again, and I can just use that to my advantage and then win the gunfights that I'm in. And with that being said, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, make sure you guys do drop a like. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on my notifications so you guys can get notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.